morning to our press conference. Although I'm part of Students for Justice in Palestine, the organization that underwent this initiative, I'm not here as a representative for them. Instead, I am a delegate for the quarter of the student body who signed our petition. I'm here on behalf of the 10,521, the exact number of people who signed our petition. Our petition was for divestment, which simply stated is asking the Board of Trustees, foundation of our university, to withdraw or divest the millions of dollars they've invested into companies which are profiting from human rights violations. This is a movement that isn't new to our time. It was utilized to end South African apartheid, and it's been echoed throughout campuses all over America, specifically in California, as well as Loyola and DePaul. We started the initiative here, and about 2 months, we collected 10,000 signatures. This is the largest student petition in the history of any Florida university. So we're very thankful to have been part of the historic movement. But the pressure continues now because we have to ask our Board of Trustees for action. We have to show them people are watching them, people are expecting from them. This is not a voice or a percentage of students that deserves to be marginalized or ignored. This is a quarter of the campus, 1/4 of the student body. Never has an amount of this caliber been reached before. And so we thank you for standing in solidarity with us and for showing the Board of Trustees that there are students of morality and consciousness that are demanding divestment and the respect for human rights. Now, our initiative is not limited to Palestine. It is something that all people can benefit from. This is not an issue of politics. It's an issue of morality. It's not an issue of Israel. It's an issue of humanity. And so we've underwent this initiative in order to show the board that there are students who care and that they're expecting change. And so every single one of you who is part of this has contributed to something legendary. So you have much to be proud of. But now we need to keep the pressure intensified so that the board knows that they are being watched and that they have results that need to be delivered. With that being said, I'd like to place extra emphasis on the student coalitions who stood in solidarity with us most. We have Students for a Democratic Society, and Jessica Schwartz will be here to tell you about their stance.
What is your name?
My name is Malik Fakori.
Can you spell it?
M-A-L-A-K, last name F-A-K-H-O-U-R-Y. Jessica Schwartz.
Students for a Democratic Society at the University of South Florida supports Students for Justice in Palestine's petition. We stand with their demands and against the student body being silenced. We seek to educate the campus about issues of importance, and that is what the Students for Justice in Palestine have done with this petition in getting over 10,000 signatures. Students for a Democratic Society has and will continue to stand in solidarity with all oppressed people and are honored to be contributing to this movement. We ask that the USF Foundation to listen to the voice of the students, vote in favor of divestment, and to be on the right side of history. We believe in funding for education, not occupation, and that is why we stand in solidarity today.
Thank you, Jessica. Additionally, we will hear from Michelle Ashby, who will be speaking on behalf of InterVarsity Christian Fellowship.
Jeremiah 22:13 states, "Woe to him who builds his palace by unrighteous, his upper rooms by injustice." What is justice? The Hebrew word for justice occurs more than 200 times in the Old Testament. Its most basic meaning is to treat people equally. Over and over again, Mishap describes taking up the care and cause of widows, orphans, immigrants, and the poor. Jeremiah 22:3 states, "This is what the Lord says: Do what is just and right. Rescue from the hand of the oppressor the one who has been wronged. Do no wrong or violence to the foreigner, the fatherless or the widow, and do not shed innocent blood in this place." Why should we be concerned about the vulnerable ones? It's because God is concerned about them. The biblical writers introduce God as a father to the fatherless and a defender of the widows in Psalm 68:5. This is one of the main things he does in this world. He identifies with the powerless. He takes up their cause, and justice reflects the character of God. What does it mean to do justice? We do justice when we give all human beings their due as creations of God. Doing justice includes not only the righting of wrongs, but generosity and social concern, especially toward the poor and vulnerable. In matters of truth and justice, there is no difference between large and small problems, for issues concerning the treatment of people are all the same, as a quote by Albert Einstein. And thus, as InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, we stand with students for justice in Palestine.
Thank you, Michelle. And thank you, Jessica. It's an honor to have your coalitions in solidarity with us and working along with our cause. Along with the other 10,200 FIFMA signatures, which really takes precedence as a number, but in all actuality, 10,000, something that's never been reached before, unmatched, something that we pride ourselves on, is the fact that it's very representative of the principles of the institution we attend. We've taken our stance off of pillars that our university was built upon. There's a quote engraved in a bust of Martin Luther King Jr. on a lawn in a plaza that we dedicated to him, saying, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Never has this truth held more validity in our eyes. And so we underwent this petition because we believe these are actions completely compatible with the goals and with the aspirations of the university of which we are students. But we see that there's been retaliation against our efforts. We see that even state legislation is intimidated by what we're doing, trying to pass laws that make boycott, divestment, and sanctions illegal. An activity that in and of itself, suppressing the freedom of speech, is a bigger injustice than if the voices were allowed to be heard themselves. And so we call on all people of consciousness, all people of morality, to see the humanity behind our effort and to stand with us. It's hypocritical that our university prides itself on the principles of MLK, but still profits from the human rights violations of innocent people. It's hypocritical that our university invests in tobacco industries while simultaneously saying this is a smoke-free campus. It's hypocritical that we honor our international community but are still involved in war crimes overseas. We don't want to be people of hypocrisy, and so that's why we've taken a stance of activism in the name of peace and in the name of justice. I'll invite Ahmed Saaduddin, our past president, and Ahmed Urchin, our public relations officer, to join me if you have any questions.
There were some comments on I apologize, I'm not quite sure which article it was, perhaps pretty little when you guys reached the 10,000 signatures from students saying that they felt like they were misled into signing it. Of course, this may not be all that representative, it's just a handful of comments out of 10,000, but what exactly were you guys explaining to students while you were going through that petition drive?
Right, so my name is Ahmad. I'm going to answer that question. The comment was by the campus rabbi with USF Hillel. His name is Ed Rosenthal. And he claimed, and this is, he's not a student, he's just, trying to discredit the petition. And he claimed that, number one, we're anti-Semitic. He claimed that we were misleading students. And this is someone who never spends time, on campus with us while we collect signatures. So I don't think there's any legitimacy to what he was saying at all.
But what were you saying to students?
I mean, we were just, going to the library, Marshall Center all day at USF, just speaking one-on-one with students. Hey, you might have a minute of your time. What about human rights petition? Can I tell you more? Sure. And we explained to them what an endowment is. We explained to them how they're vested in corporations that violate human rights violations in Palestine and elsewhere in the world, and how we wanted to establish a committee, a policy that would seek to, screen these companies and really just create more ethical investments. Majority of students would tell you that, oh right, is that the human rights petition I've already signed? So that's basically just gonna be my pitch right there.
Sounds good. And you mentioned some efforts at the state level against divestment, boycotts, et cetera. Can you go into detail about what you're referring to specifically a little bit more, either of you?
About 2 or 3 months ago in March, there was Senate Resolution 894, and it was basically condemning the academic boycott and voicing support for the state of Israel, etc. And there's really more of a national movement to try and make any boycott or divestment movement illegal. And the way they would do that is basically cut funding to any university that would exercise freedom of speech and say, look, we don't want to be complicit in these investments or human rights violations. So any university that would do that, these lawmakers, and it's a small minority of them, but there's an actual movement, and they're trying to make it illegal by cutting funding and threatening universities. Look, if you say you don't want to invest your money in these companies and you take part in the boycott and divestment, they will cut funding. And that's what they're trying to do. So I don't know why they're so threatened by this movement.
Was this isolated to just the Tampa campus, or is this?
Well, it was a Senate resolution. So
No, I'm talking about the
petition.
Yeah.
Our petition?
Yeah.
It's just.
And what are you hearing from people on the board on the foundation? Have you had a chance to talk to anybody?
We had a meeting 2 weeks ago with the CEO of the foundation, Joel Mulmer, and the board chair, Linda Simmons. And I mean, they were very open-minded. They just wanted to hear more about the petition, do their research. Okay, what are you talking about? Tell us more. So I think they were very open-minded about it. They commended us for our passion. They were really impressed. So we're very grateful that they're trying to at least hear the voices of 10,000 students. That's why this meeting today.
What are you going to do if this isn't successful?
We haven't really thought about that because 10,000 students, 1/4 of your student population, 25%. It's never been done. This is like as big as it's going to get. So if you're going to ignore 10,000 students, I don't know what they'll have to do that. To be honest with you, but I mean, we'll never give up. So just hoping that it works out. Are there any other questions?
Can you start?
A.